Hello everyone, it's Mish here and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you're hanging out with me here today. Excuse me. I am just going to do a little flip through of my Christmas journal. I do have videos, I think they're under actually two playlists. They might be under the same. It started out as my Christmas journal and then went into Junk Journal January. I just wanted to use my Christmas journal. But I have been asked and I just want to do a quick little flip through. So for my closure, I just have some elastic, metallic elastic with a little button. And for now, that's as complicated as it gets. On the cover, I did have a little folio where I have a couple little things tucked into a side pocket here. I have room to add a few more things. And then I have a space for a tag. I'm not quite finished actually with the writing part of my journal, but I need to start putting my Christmas stuff away and make room in my craft room for projects that I want to get started with. We have a little envelope here with a couple pockets. And then this is kind of new from when you saw me last, is I used a big tag that I had. Oops, that's actually come off. And I gotta get this glued down. So this was glued down, obviously not well enough, but I made a little not hinge, but a little mechanism. And then this had a little bit of glue, which was right on top of my mechanism there. But anyway, I'll glue it back on. And there's a tag there. I have a picture of my mom, and then and my mom and I, and then on the back of the tag, I just have some little journaling that is just kind of special, personal to myself. But that's just a cute way of having like a little reveal. I could use that for the reveal prompt, but I didn't. So that's something new. And then just used some music paper to do a little pocket with some little tuck spots. So there's a belly band there, and then there's some tuck spots. This little card here is actually probably 20 years old, and it's been in my Christmas stuff. It was given to me by one of the girls I worked with when I was in the UK, and it has just floated around in my stuff for all that time, as I thought it was time. A little tag just to commemorate my birthday was on the 3rd. There's my little cupcake that I got, and then I just did a little journaling there, as well as on the 3rd, I was down in the Westin in Halifax, and we had a little conference there, so I have some pictures of just some of the my team that were there, and a little bit of notes, and then just a little pocket, and just used a little stamp. We did some collaging and made some journal cards, and those I really love. Went to the Bridgerton string quartet with the girls, Bobby's girls, and there was our little ticket. They gave it to me for my birthday, and I just wrote a little bit about how I enjoyed the evening. His youngest works at Winners and Home Sense while she's going to university, and I had a little coupon which I went and used for sure. This is just my brother and I, just some reminiscing of when I was young, my very first Christmas. My brother and I was Santa, and then I just journaled a little bit about that. I also did some journaling here, and then we made a little folded envelope where I could do some journaling on the inside of that as well. And I've just tucked it into this little pocket. This here definition was actually a little belly band. I've got that stuck in there, but there's just a belly band that you can stick some things in. We did a little, again, a little belly band with a hidden little tuck spot, which I've put my Christmas wish for this year in there, Dear Santa. And then I just used my notepad to just plan for Christmas. What I needed for groceries, who was doing what, Christmas presents to purchase. So I used that this year, and I left it in here just to look back on. And then I did some pockets for some of my books. I made these little book cards, the little, I don't even know what you'd call them now, but the borrower's cards, I guess they're called. And then I just stamped it a bunch of times with some dates. And then I've written on the back of these just some journaling. And I actually journaled about the books, like the Little Women. And then there's also where I put the pockets down, it creates a bigger pocket in the back, which you can put your journaling card. This card I didn't journal on. And then I've also just put some tags in just to add a little bit of decoration, or if I actually need a tag, I'll know where to go. And then these are pictures that I found of my mom when she was young. So I'd say she's about maybe 8 there. And then just a little bit about, I just wrote some stuff about our family in my little pockets there. And then here I've added some ribbon on the, some trim, and then just decorated it around. And if you remember, these were my movies, some of my favorite movies, like The Sound of Music, While You Were Sleeping, A Christmas Story, and A Christmas Carol. And I used these little pieces of ephemera to create a little tuck. And then I just wrote a little bit about the movies and why they're one of my favorites. And then we made these little slots so that we could hold them in. And everything seems to be falling off today. So then here's just a little pocket that we made. So there's a pocket and then a pocket. And then this was, we used some of the heat embossing, the thick powder, to do some really dimensional heat embossing. And then did a layered bit there. This is one of the journal cards that we collaged. I have a little pocket here made from a little envelope, and inside the envelope I have some little journaling, some tags that I've did a little bit of journaling on. The Christmas dinner, and like I said, I don't know what's going on here today. And I can't even say it's humid here. But a little bit about what I had for Christmas dinner, my parents, and a little picture of our dinner, and then I just did some journaling on the back of those cards. This was a card that I had, but I love Anne Griffin style, and I just made a little, did some journaling here, and that was a little journal. Here again is another flip spot of recipes that from my childhood, things that have come through the decades with me. And another, just a little journal card of a little gingerbread village that I made at one time. This is a pocket we made from tissue that we did with the matte medium. And then I have just a bunch of little cards of just some of the food at Christmas time that are special to me. And I just decorated the pocket there, the tuck spot. And then here we have our just a little envelope, and then our little words there. And then in here I have a Christmas card that I was given. Here we did the little Christmas tree that folds out so that you can do some journaling, and then it tucks in. And then I made these little cards, and on the back I just wrote why that book was special to me, such as the Christmas box. And here was Bobby's youngest birthday on the 14th. We had a little party. I just did, I'm leaving that for doing some more journaling, but I did a little journal on the back of that card. And then on this little journal card, which was part of the puzzle sheet that we had for our games. And I just wrote on the back of that. And then a postcard that they sent me in December. This is one of the little paper clips that we decorated. The little banner paper clips. And then here was just an envelope that we took and made an aperture there. And then underneath here I have some journaling. So I just wanted to journal about the places that I've lived. This is what the map was. If you remember, if you weren't here, it was another one of the prompts. And I've lived in Nova Scotia. I've lived in Chicago and London. So I've just kind of journaled about what I remember in general from living there. So I have a little tip out there, and I've just added that to the back of this tip out, and then I have this flip up here, and there's still some special memories inside the envelope. And then I've decorated them all, and I hold it with this paper clip that we did. Just got to get my charms situated here. And then I just keep that closed with my little banner clip there. A little pocket that we did, and I don't have faith in this snap, which is why I've been using this paper clip. It's working, but I'm just afraid it's going to rip the material. But in my little fabric pocket, I put a little wooden button that Lynn has sent me from New Zealand, and she also sent me a few charms and some other little wooden buttons. So I just want to keep those in there until I use them. And instead of popping that open all the time, I just got a little paper clip there. Little bottle cap that we did of the owl, which is going to be following me throughout 2025. And then I just added another card, and then made that card into a tuck for another special card that I got from the twins. And I still have some room for writing, which I still need to write. This here, we used some of that paper that either wraps flowers or that you can get at the dollar store in the roll, just that transparent gift basket stuff. And then we made a 3 pocket fold with that. So there's the one in the back, then there's a pocket here on there, and then there's a pocket here, and then you can journal on the back of those. For this one here, just a belly band. This is the card that Chris sent me. Thanks so much, Chris. And I wanted to make sure that had a spot in the journal. And that was fairly straightforward. Another card that I wanted to include, so I just glued it on. But with this one here, I've also made a hidden pocket. And you would not know by looking at it that there is a pocket there. It is really hidden. And inside are some hidden little gems. So I was pleased with that. This here, we use napkins on freezer paper and made a fold out, which I still need to journal on. But I just thought that was a really cool idea. And then I just took my material just for some extra interest, just to make a flap. And I have an idea of what I want to put underneath there. Another little card I wanted to add here. And then with this one here, oh, I've lost I don't know what's going on today. Everything's unsticking. I think some of it is some of these stickers. They just don't have the sticking power. Especially when your book is moving. Like your journals, if you do journal, they just become a living thing. And then in here, I have a little pocket for a little envelope for some notes. And then this is the little waterfall that we made for our tags. And we just cut out a piece of paper and then just cut some lines so that we can stagger our cards. And these were the cards that I made from the newspaper that Joy had sent me from Australia. And there'll be journaling on the back of those. And then a bigger tag in the back that I've done some journaling on already. And then the next page here is the recycling from the tags that I had purchased. I had put them in my book. I've left this one free to flop around, but this side here I've actually adhered and made a bigger pocket in the back. And this is for one of the another card that I'd received. And then I just made a bunch of tags, such as this one here. On the back of this one, I have a little belly band, and this was one of the presents that I got, which is a friendship little ball, a glass ball to hang. And so I wanted to just have that tag in here to remember. It's from a special friend of mine. So yeah, there's just a little, and if you didn't want to journal on all these, you could just put some tags in that you have at the handy so that you can use them on your gifts. And I just thought these tags were just so cute. And anyway, I'll put that back in later. But there's some more ideas for tags there, which are really cute. We took an antique paper and made it into a little folio, and how we reinforced this fragile paper. This little tag was from Valentina, and I did do a little journaling on the back of that. And there's little space underneath these here, little cards that you can do some journaling under as well. I wanted to add this card, and with this card here, I also took some packaging from, did I make a little? No. My candy cane packaging. I love candy canes, and made that into a little pocket. And I've put in the card that Lynn has sent me from New Zealand. So I'm really happy to add that. This was the bubble that we used from a button from Michael's. And that's some packaging from the Swiss Chalet chocolates, which have a really special meaning to me. And here's a little folio that we did. That is one of we went out as a team for my work, and I just wrote a little bit about what we did and who was at the team, and it was really fun. I love doing team things. And then this flips down, and I have a spot here to do some journaling, which I did on the back of those. And then I just decorated this up. And then in here, I have the kids, and I just did a little, and that's what my journaling on the cards were. I'm so blessed. And it's just on Christmas Day, well, not just Christmas Day, but whenever we get together as a family is just very special. So that was the little folio, and I really like how that one turned out. Here was the reveal. It's kind of hard to see, but this actually pops up and it says peace. And it is just as effective on camera as it is in real life. That was from a die that Valentina had sent. And that does create a little bag that I can put some stuff in. And those are the little fairies from Miriam's book. I forget what it's called. I had it right here. Here it is. It's called The Christmas Fairies, Volume 1 by Miriam. This is another just a little flip down, and then some space for some journaling. That's one of the cards that we collaged. And there's another little card there. And there's Chester. There's little bits on. Some little journaling space. And then here's the letter that I've written that I will not open for at least 5 years. So it's kind of sealed away, top secret, in a little time capsule. There is a little spot behind there if I did want to add another little journal card or something. And I am going to actually add a little journal card. I need to just put something there to remind myself. I'll just put that card. To remind myself I want to write about that little time capsule. This is Dutch door that we did using some washi stickers and some washi tape there. This is the little Christmas tree that we did, and it does open up. I can get my thing around it. It does open so that you can have, which I haven't written in it yet, but it has some journal spot, or if you want to put a picture, a little prayer or something. And the only reason I've got the paper clips on the bottom is just it floats up like that. But if that doesn't bother you, then you don't even need the paper clips. I'm just afraid it might catch on the next page. And then on this I'll clip it in after. On this opposite page, we again used some of those pins that I used here, those little buttons, I mean. And instead of using we took the back off and made a little shaker, and I just love how that jumps around. A little paper clip. Here's a little pocket in the back that for a card, special card. There's Bobby and I. And then I just put a couple journaling spots. And then here are some really vintage, and I'm talking long time. I've had these tags. They were actually in my mother's stuff. They've been along. And I just wanted to put them in here. And then, I'll put that in later. So then we're coming to the end. We have our vellum little journal card flap over that is tucked inside there, and I really love that effect. I was going to put something underneath here, and then I just really like how that looks, so I'm not going to. Here's just another little corner spot, and this is a card that was made by Kay from Papercraft with Kay, but it was actually Joy that had sent it. Joy from Down Under, so thank you so much. Here's a little hidden paper clip that we did, and we're coming to the end. Some embossing and a little pocket there. And then lastly, we took the CD cases and we made some little journal spots. So on the back of these little cards, I've got some journaling, and then that's it. So I hope you've liked this little flip through. Maybe it's given you some ideas. I know Christmas is over, and I'm truly going to be putting this away and starting on my February. So thank you for stopping by. And until we meet again, I hope you stay safe and well, and bye for now.